My name is Ioan Ittu. I'm a interim-ish pastor person at First Lutheran in Glendale, and I was born in the country of Romania. My family and I came here to Los Angeles in the U.S. as political refugees from communism. In 1983, when we left and I was 3 years old, the dictator there started a new economic policy that caused shortages on food and goods. My parents had no idea what they were heading into when the opportunity to come to the U.S. and leave Romania presented itself. America was a fairy tale like Shangri-La or winning that super big Powerball. If you got it, you took it without even really thinking it through. Do you guys remember that animated movie about the Russian Jew mouse, Fievel Mousekewitz? It's called An American Tale, but it could have been called the Ioan Ittu story, the mouse version. They sing of America on their boat ride over. They sing of their American dreams. There are no cats in America. And the streets are filled with cheese. America. In America, there is freedom and opportunity. In America, you can be anything you want. And success is just lying on the ground right next to the cheese. And all you have to do is reach down and scoop it up. All you have to do is reach out and grab it. Or so they thought. Life would have been better for my mom and dad if they had stayed in Romania. My father was a university professor and filmmaker in Romania. Here in America, he was a taxi driver before he was unemployed. My mom was a lead nurse in Romania. She had a car and a home, no small feat in communism. She was respected. Here in America, for a time, she lived in her friend's car. Because of her accent to this day, she's treated as if she's dumb, surprised and congratulated if she shows basic competencies, irritated if she shows herself to be better at something. Here in America, she cleaned shit, and she'd say it just like that. It took her 20 years in the land of opportunity to work back up to the place in life that she was at in communist Romania. I asked my mom once if she had a do-over, would she still move here? Life would have been better for my mom and dad if they stayed in Romania, but my life would have been unimaginably worse. They came for me, and she'd do it all again for me. For my family, the hardest part of coming to America was the loneliness. Sometimes when you're an immigrant like us, you fall into an ethnic enclave, a community of people from your country that speak your language. They help you transition. My family didn't become part of the Romanian community in Los Angeles. My dad was on his own, and he chose drugs and welfare easily available to him in 1980s Los Angeles. My mom was on her own. She worked 2 jobs, 12-hour night shifts, clawing her way up the nursing ladder again, from CNA to the specialized oncology nurse she is today. My parents separated shortly after coming to the U.S., with my dad high or drunk when I lived with him, and my mom at work when I lived with her. I, too, was on my own. On the first day of school in first grade, my dad taught me to walk the 7 blocks to school on my own, and from then on, I walked myself to school or any other place at any time of day that I wanted to go. I taught myself to ride a bike by holding on to a chain link fence by myself. On my 13th birthday, I was given $300 and told to go have fun with my friends, and my mom went to sleep after working all night. I was alone every holiday that you Americans celebrate. You know we don't have Thanksgiving in Romania, it's one of your things, and that's great. My mom and I celebrated Thanksgiving together for the first time only 3 years ago when I was 33. I was a latchkey kid on my own when a friend invited me to Thanksgiving dinner at his house and Thanksgiving worship at Salem Lutheran Church in Glendale. Salem welcomed me. I celebrated holidays for the first time. I got disciplined for the first time by a stern talking to from Mr. Perry, my pseudo-father figure from Salem. I had grandparents for the first time. I made friends who saw the best in me and brought the best out of me. I started to believe in myself because Salem believed in me first. Salem welcomed a lonely kid with a weird foreign name. You gifted me faith, you taught me grace, you called me into being who I am today. If you don't know me, it's awesome being me. I live a privileged life. You can ask my friends, Matt Cato. Matt Cato, can you stand up? This is Matt Cato over there. He's my best friend. Feel free to ask Matt Cato about my awesomeness. I left seminary with next to no debt and paid it off in the first year. That is not today's seminary story. I got paid above Senate guidelines. It's okay to be jealous in my first congregation. And I was able to set aside 6 months worth of rainy day savings. Not everyone has that. I own rental property so that currently when I'm working less than half time, the bills aren't stacking up. Here's a first world problem that I had. Don't worry, I solved it. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to meet my $5,500 Roth IRA contribution this year. Oh no. But I made that contribution in late January when, as you all know, the market was down and then it bounced up, and now I am rocking a 7.1% return. That's right. I'm the American tail. Eat it, Fievel Mouskowitz. I am privileged indeed. And I know where my privilege comes from. My privilege was costly. It cost my parents everything. It cost my mom 32 years and counting of night shifts and frayed nerves. It cost my dad dying alone, afraid, and forgotten, of no renown, in a Los Angeles nursing home at 56. I am white, male, with no accent. It is easy to welcome me.
And you're good looking.
And I'm very good. It's true. But my question for you is, can you welcome my mom? Can you welcome a dead-tired single mom with an accent that gave everything so her son could have a better life? Can you welcome my mom?
We are guided and inspired by Holy Scripture. Luke, the 7th chapter, the 12th verse. He was his mother's only son, and she was a widow.